Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. Prominent philanthropist Sir James Wallace can finally be named as the businessman convicted of indecently assaulting 3 men and perverting the course of justice.
The former rich lister, who is serving time for the crimes, has been fighting for 5 years to keep his name secret. And tonight the government is facing questions over whether he should now be stripped of his knighthood. Janaka Turallen reports.
A renowned art collector, a philanthropist, a patron of more than 20 companies and a Sir. But as of today, James Wallace's name is now linked to something else. The 85-year-old can be revealed as the high-profile businessman convicted of indecently assaulting 3 men.
Do you find the defendant, James Wallace, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
So James Wallace had been fighting for 5 years to keep his name a secret. But now the Supreme Court has ruled his name can be published.
About time. It's been a very long, arduous process for those very brave survivors. His fight for suppression has further gagged them.
In March 2021, the prominent rich lister was found to have indecently assaulted the 3 men on separate occasions between the early 2000s and 2016. One victim told the court Wallace invited him to discuss a business opportunity and claimed he was drugged before Wallace took him on a tour of the house, which ended in his bedroom.
At this point, I was beginning to feel dizzy. I was beginning to feel nauseous.
Wallace even tried to stop one of them giving evidence against him by attempting to bribe him with thousands of dollars and the promise of future artistic opportunities.
This is a case about a wealthy, influential businessman who took advantage of others by using his powerful and influential position in criminal ways.
Wallace has built a collection of more than 9,000 artworks, many displayed at Parr Homestead and at his Auckland mansion. In 1992, he established the Wallace Arts Trust, which, until his conviction, funded a prestigious art prize.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 29th Wallace Art Awards, Annual Art Awards.
He gave millions to the arts, including New Zealand Ballet and Opera and Auckland's Philharmonia Orchestra.
I get a great joy out of it, but I think it's vital for any community to have art as a fundamental part of its activity.
Wallace was knighted in 2011, and the government has today started the process of having that stripped. He'd be the second rich lister to lose his title in recent years. Ron Briley lost his after he pleaded guilty to possessing child sex abuse material in 2021. For Wallace, decades of giving back undone by his own criminal behaviour.
Janaka joins us now. Kia ora, Janaka. How far into his sentence is Sir James Wallace?
Wallace has been in prison here at Mount Eden for 4 months now. Way back in 2021, he was sentenced to 2 years and 4 months in jail. But as he appealed, he was allowed to stay in his Auckland mansion. Then in February of this year, the Court of Appeal ruled, no, that's the end of the road now. You're to turn up here and to serve your time. As for the victims, this marks the end of a years-long court process. Although the man who indecently assaulted them was already behind bars, tonight his reputation and his legacy as a generous philanthropist is being replaced with that of a sexual predator.
Janaka, tēnā koe.